Hi everyone, and thank you for attending this presentation about the role and reliability of forecasts in the post-COVID world. So I am Thibault Barbier, and I am also with Vilmar D'Souza. And please, if you see us, do not hesitate to ask any question. It will be our pleasure. We are leading the lab department of ExPretio, so we are in charge of all the algorithm of artificial intelligence, research, development, deployment, and maintenance. And this artificial intelligence includes the forecast. ExPretio is a leading provider of revenue management services to the rail industry. We are based in Montreal, Canada. And I would like to mention that we have long-term partnership with the University of Edinburgh and also the McGill University in Montreal and the group of research of Ivado, and they contributed to the work I am presenting here today. So you may have recognized COVID behind this graph. Sorry for that. In fact, COVID is not only this series of drop and increase of bookings evolving with restrictions. It has also changed the way companies operate and also the way customers behave. Companies have tried and changed a lot of their configuration, for example, transportation plan, capacity changes, adjustment in commercial offer, and there were a lot of shifts in customer behaviors. It didn't end with COVID, and in fact, the frequent contact changes are now the norm. So in this presentation, I will show you how our forecast is answering that challenge. So let's start with the context awareness. You need to know constantly what is your context, and you need to detect immediately when it changes. Here, for example, you have a triangular context at the beginning, and then boom, there is a context change. You pass to a trapezoidal context, so it's really high-level illustration, but it's the case. And at ExPretio, we immediately detect the context change. For that, we rely on data rather than communication, and this point is important because, for example, we often detect new promotion, new construction before the revenue management department for our customers, for our client detect it, because maybe the communication between the marketing and revenue management department was not real time. And so we are able to detect the different context changes, and we are able to identify the different sources. It can be transportation plan change, it can be customer behavior shift, it can be capacity change, new promotion, a lot of things. Then you also need to continually know how your forecasts perform, and more importantly, how your business performs, because sometimes your forecast can perform well, but you will see that your business, your revenue will decrease, increase, you don't know, and the opposite is also true. So, for example, your forecast performance can decrease, but your revenue remains the same. So you need both indicators in order to have a perfect view of your system. And you need to have the complete overview. It means that you need to know all the departure. You have to see if all the trains are performing well, for example. With this continuous monitoring performance of forecast and business, plus the precedent context change detection, you will be able to make quick and informed decisions at each context changes. And that is really, really important. Sometimes you know and you can anticipate a context change. For example, it can be a commercial offer that will be changed in 2 months. So in this case, it would be really unfortunate to not being able to integrate the user intuition of the future context change. For that, at ExPretio, we work on our algorithm to integrate easily the intuition of the user. Easily because you don't need to adjust 1,000 parameters, for example. You can easily influence what will be the forecast when the context change. Then, because there is many context change and they are more frequent, you really need to know how your forecast will react for each control change, for each context change. So, for example, let's say that you have a change in schedule. Now you have a change of 5 minutes for your departure time. You don't want to have this blue line for your forecast prediction, meaning that your forecast is incoherent. We work at ExPretio on the type of algorithm we are using, also the structure of all our artificial intelligence connection. Plus, we are testing our models with adversarial testing, etc. And we are able to know how our model will react in every situation, in every context change. Because sometimes context change cannot be anticipated or you don't have intuition, so you need to have algorithms that react really rapidly, because you cannot rely on a forecast algorithm that will take maybe 3 or 4 months to adapt to the new context, because before that you will have new context changes for sure. So we work on that in order to improve our reactivity for our forecast models. Now we need only 1 or 2 weeks of new data from the new context in order to have good enough forecast again. Behind that, our forecast model is continuously learning, and also we developed some algorithms that are able to really focus on the last short-term data in the new context, and able to detect when there is a change and consider it more importantly than the other context. Finally, there is some situation where there is a context change that you cannot anticipate. You monitor your performance, forecast performance, business performance, and it's not the accuracy is not enough. It is not performing as you expect. So in this case, you cannot rely on a forecast-based solution. What we have at ExPretio is a solution that is not based on forecast. You can switch, it's kind of a fallback, to a rule-based solution. And this rules-based solution, in fact, you can implement your sales strategy directly through rules. And you can use it and then decide to reactivate the forecast-based solution when you will see in the monitoring of performance that now it's enough reliable to switch it back. So I hope I brought up some points on this role and the reliability of the forecast in the post-COVID world. And in fact, our forecast is used in 2 products. The first one is our revenue management system, Appia. And the second one is a new product that we developed recently. It is used to answer many business issues, not related necessarily to revenue management. And please come to our stand at ExPretio, and it will be a pleasure to answer any question. Thank you very much.
Merci Thibault. And